Hello and welcome to another update from Wareham Museum. So it is Saturday afternoon and here I am as usual doing my weekly checks. So this week I thought I would show you a couple of items from our collection that are very relevant to now. So I don't know about you, but I am currently spending a lot of time at home, as we should be. I'm working from home with my jobs, and I have two children, one of which is home learning. That's a very interesting experience, and I feel that we are perhaps very fortunate. We have a laptop, everything is online, all his classes, all his work is published online, his teacher is available to us online, we're able to talk to her whenever we want to. So although he isn't at school, he is still able to do quite a lot of learning. And it's got me thinking about what's happened in Wareham in the past, and have there been school closures? Now, in the museum, we are very fortunate because we have some lovely record books from the Wareham Infant School that was on West Street. Now these are handwritten record books. Let me just see if I can this is why I'm wearing my gloves today. So there we go. These are these lovely record books, and they were kept by the school, mostly by the head teacher. Would have filled them in with everything that was going on within the school and through the school year. And I've been having a little read through and thinking about, school closures and all the rest of it. And I just wanted to read you a quick excerpt from one of them. So this is from April the 13th, and this is 1915. And it says, owing to the outbreak of scarlet fever in the town, the school was closed for an additional week by a permission of the county secretary. So this implies that it had been shut for a little while because of scarlet fever, and it was then being shut for an additional week. And then going through these books is actually quite common. There were mumps, measles, scarlet fever and chickenpox, and when it got to a certain level and it was affecting attendance or the staffing levels, which has been quite noticeable this time around with the coronavirus, is that it's the staffing levels, whether there's enough staff available to run the school. These were all factors 100 years ago as well, with whether the schools could stay open. Now obviously when the schools shut for a couple of weeks, these children in 1915, they wouldn't have gone home and be sat on their laptops. They would have gone home, they would have been helping with family life. If the parents were running a business, they would have been helping within that business. So it would have been a very different kind of school closure than we are seeing at the moment. But the more well-to-do families would have had access to some learning resources. Now I want to share with you one such learning resource that we have in the museum. I'm just opening it up. So we have here this lovely little box, and in it is called the multiplication table, tongue twister, isn't it, in rhyme. Now this, we believe, is dated around about 1850, and inside this little box there are lots of little cards. There we go, illustrated cards, very much illustrations of its time, and these cards help you to learn your times table. Now they were designed for children as a game. Now I have to confess, I have spent quite a long time trying to match these up for one of our displays. It did take me a little while. Some of the images are very similar and it's quite hard to find ones that match together. So your main clue obviously is to do the maths on there. So here, I'll show you this one, we have a lovely back end of a cow. So this is 11 times 7. So what number are we looking for? 77. And there we go, we have the lovely front end of a cow. Now with these two cards, when they go together, there we go, 11 times 7 is 77. That ox is what is called a Devon. So all these little cards have a lovely little rhyme that go with it. So I'll just show you one more set of cards. So there we go, we've got this lovely little girl and boy, and this is 12 times 10. So obviously 12 times 10 is 120. So there we go, there's the missing card, join them together, and they're obviously around a pond. There's some ducks there, I think, and a dog. And its little rhyme is 12 times 10 are 120. Oh dear, our pond is almost empty. So this whole box, there's 96 of these little cards in this box. And you can imagine, you know, some well-to-do children having to sit round trying to put these together. So I just wanted to share with you today those two things of what Wareham might have looked like in the past, how our children's education would have been affected in the past. Maybe your grandparents, great-grandparents, you know, their school life would have looked very different to the school life that's going on at the moment. And, you know, we should feel very fortunate for the resources that we have got. So I hope you've enjoyed having a look at a couple of things in our collection today. As usual, if you would ever like to come and join us when we're able to have volunteers back in the museum, then please do send us a message, and we will be in contact with you. If you fancy coming and joining me and delving into the collection, as you've seen, there's always a surprise around the corner. It's a collection that is always giving. There's so much more to discover in here. So if you'd like to come and join me and discover with me, then please do drop us a message. Speak to you all soon.